Hi everybody, today we're going to work through the GIMP tutorial. So this is a photo and design editing software. And today I'm just going to work using some of these tools up here, and we are going to work on making a Christmas card from our last year's Christmas family photo. So I already opened up the pictures here just to save a little time. So what I did was I opened up my family photo, and you can see there's some parts in here I don't want. So I don't want this part here where you can see a speed. And I don't want this background here where you can see like our TV and stuff, and it would be really nice if we were there on top of like a wintry scene. So if we're in a wintry scene, then we wouldn't want to be sitting on the floor. We would want to be sitting on snow. So what I did was I went and I picked out a wintry scene that I'm going to edit us to be on top of. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to crop the photo so that this part down here is just out of it altogether. So I will go ahead and I'm going to use my rectangle select tool, which is this guy right here. So you can notice that there is a little drop down menu. So if you want to choose to select a circle instead, you can do that using the ellipse select. But I'm just going to stick with the rectangle select for today. So I want to keep this Christmas tree in the back up here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select here, and let's just crop it out right to here. I'll come down a little ways here so that I don't have a lot to crop out here in the bottom. And I'm going to click on the crop tool, and so it'll crop here, and all I have to do is just press enter. Well, I'm going to have to select it again. Select using the crop tool and press enter, and you can see that bottom part now has gone away. So the next part is that I want to come in here and I want to take out this little floor piece. So I will use this magic wand and I'm going to click off so that we have a fresh kind of a start here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this fuzzy select tool, and I'm going to select the floor. So you can see that it's going to feather out the edges. So you don't want like an abrupt picture to be taken off of it. What we're going to do is we're going to just adjust the radius of the feathered edges. So let me just see what happens when we bring it down to 1. Yeah, see, it brings us right in. So what I'll do there, and I'll just hit delete, and you can see that it came up to be a white background. So I'm just going to change that now before we go any further. So I'll go to layer, transparency, add alpha channel. So that's going to take out that background here now. And so I'll go back in there now and I'll select that white and delete, and you can see that we're transparent underneath. So I'm just going to select this little bit, and whatever I can select with this tool here I will. There we go. Because the less I have to do with the eraser tool, the better. And the eraser tool is going to be pretty precise, but we'll just take out as much as we can. Okay, so now you can see that I have all the background and all the little pieces in here all taken out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a new layer that's going to have that wintry scene on it. So what I'll do is I'll go File, Open as Layers, and I have this picture saved called Winter Scene. So I'm going to open that. And we want to be able to move this around. So we'll take that move tool that we have, and we'll take that scale tool, and we're just going to stretch this out. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Pop back to the move tool, move this over a little bit, Okay, so now what we want to make sure we know is that this is our background. So we want this to be on the back of our design. So we'll just take that and we'll drag it right down to the bottom. And there you can see that we're sitting on top of this wintry scene. So now just to clean up some of this work here, I'll pop back onto the Christmas family layers to make sure that you're clicking on the layer that you want to work on. And I'm going to zoom in on this leg area here. Oops. Zoom in, sorry. On this leg area here. And we'll just come back with that eraser tool. Oops, should click off of it. Come back in. Maybe that fuzzy select will work for me here. Let's zoom out, try again. Okay, so click on the fuzzy select, make sure that we don't have anything selected, and we'll zoom in on here. Go back to our fuzzy select tool. We should be able to select some portions. Now, it might not work for us, so what we'll do is bring that radius right down. Let's see. Yeah, it lets us select a little bit, but not a ton. Okay, so you can see now that I have this little area here all cleaned up. All cleaned up around there. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put in a little message saying like Merry Christmas from the Conrans. So I want to make sure that I add a new layer. So what you can do here is you can go layer, new layer, all the things, keep that the same. And I'm just going to delete this other one. Sometimes you add in layers by accident, stuff like that happens. What you'll do now is you're going to click on your text tool. So this text tool right here, choose your color. So I want to go with like a nice Christmas red. Actually, what I'm going to do to make it even closer is I'm going to take the red right from in the hippopotamus. So it's a little bit of a darker red. We'll just brighten that up a little bit. So it's still in the same color family. Okay. And now we can go ahead and we can go back to our text tool, click right here, and Charlotte here, which is the text that I have chosen, is one of my favorites. Just downloaded it from a free font site, 1001freefonts.com. It's one of the ones that I use quite often. So what we'll go ahead and do is we will click where we want it to be. So I'm going to go up here a little bit and we'll go Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. We'll just select that and we'll make it a little bit bigger so we can increase the size. Perfect. Like that. Looks good. And now we'll add a new layer again. Layer, new layer. Okay, perfect. And we're going to pop down right underneath it from the Conrans. I'm going to want to be able to move that up, so I click on the move tool. And so I'm clicking, making sure that I click on what I want to move. And so I'll just pop that right in line. I don't want to overlap too much. Make sure that I can see it. And we'll press enter, lock that in. Perfect. So now we're good. We'll go ahead and we will take the tool over here. One of the things that is to merge down the layers. So we're going to merge that down. We're going to take this layer here where we had our text, our Merry Christmas, and we're going to merge that down onto the layer. There you go. So now we have a layer with from the Conrans, a layer with Merry Christmas, our myself, my mom, and my brother, and we have our winter scene in the background. So what we're going to do is to export this all as a JPEG. We will start at this layer and we'll right click, we'll merge this layer down. So now our two text layers are together. Merge this layer down so our text is on top of our other one, on top of our Christmas tree and us. And then I'm going to merge this layer down. Perfect. So now that looks great. So we'll go ahead and we will export. So we can export somewhere here, export as, and I'm going to put it here in this file, and we'll go call this Christmas card. Perfect. JPEG export. We have it exported into our GIMP project file, and this now is our final project. Nice little family card, and that was all done using GIMP and layers.